My friend tried to cover up the fact that she cheated on her fiance at her bachelorette party by saying it was not consensual, but she admitted that she wanted something new before she got tied down, and I think I'm going to expose her. My 21F friend, 20F, is acting very odd. We went out for her bachelorette party on Thursday for a long weekend. Yesterday night was the main party, where we all went out with her in her little bride-to-be veil and sash. It was all going great, she was having a good time. The point was for all of us to have a good time together, but after a while, she disappeared for a good hour and I, along with another friend in the bridal party, went out looking for her. We couldn't find her, but she texted us back that she'd see us in the Airbnb we were staying at, and that she just wanted some time to herself, so we didn't push her. When she came back later, it was 3 a.m. and she was out of it. A little disheveled, which she could pass off as partying too hard, but I had a bad gut feeling. My first thought was, because she seemed closed off, that someone had done something bad to her, and I thought I should give her space, but if something bad had happened, I wanted to help, so I spoke to her in private, asked about it, and she said someone had hurt her. I immediately said we should go to the police, report it and all that, but she very vehemently denied it. I figured this was normal. I've heard of survivors not wanting to have reported it, and I didn't want to be too pushy since it had only been a couple of hours, so I let it be. She said she just wanted to sleep, so I left her to it and checked up on her every hour or so because I felt guilty. We had planned this trip for her, but something so terrible happened. Is what I thought, because now it's Sunday evening and at noon, she pulled me aside to talk again. I thought she changed her mind about reporting it and I was fully ready to help her, but then she told me it was consensual, that she just wanted to experience something different before being tied down, and that she lied because she panicked and didn't have the energy to explain when she came back. This was of course shocking and incredibly icky because this girl 1, lied about being harmed and 2, cheated on her fiancé. She's been problematic since her wedding planning began, making unreasonable demands for bridesmaids' dresses and acting like a bridezilla, but this was a whole new low. I freaked out on her, told the other girls that while we were looking for her thinking something happened to her, she was out cheating on her gem of a fiancé. This was perhaps not my place to make a scene, but I was just so done with her. I then told her she had to tell her fiancé what happened by the end of the week or we would, because his family is paying for the entire wedding that's in June, so I figure if they need to cancel and get what they can back, it needs to happen ASAP. She just said I was overreacting like a psycho and I'm just jealous of her getting married and want to ruin it for her. But I'm usually a zero tolerance for cheating on a person. Am I overreacting? Update. So I decided to expedite telling her fiancé. After reading the influx of comments justifying me telling him, I decided to email him with a draft I typed earlier when she told me about this, but didn't know if I should have sent, with everything I knew of what happened and was told, and asked him to check with the girls as well if he had doubts, with a link to this post. He hasn't responded yet, and I don't know what I'd say if he did because I'm not very close to him. I don't want to over-interfere and inject myself into his grieving process since my job is done. I've told him and I've cut her off. If they go on with the wedding, I've made it clear I'm no longer in the wedding party, and so have the 3 other bridesmaids, so she wouldn't have a wedding party if she moves forward. Appreciate the people who gave me genuine feedback and advice instead of outing themselves as terrible characters.